These days, people are taking loans for almost everything: phones, bikes, smartwatches, even wireless earphones. Why? Because we all want things now. That instant thrill of getting what you want feels great until it becomes a habit. See something you like, swipe the card. Don't have money? Just take a loan. But when too many EMIs pile up, it turns into a serious problem. In fact, credit card defaults in India jumped 28% in 2024 and it's still rising. The EMI trap is real and it's growing fast. Hello and welcome to our channel 5 Minute Finance by ET Money, where we talk about the basics of investing and personal finance. In this video, we'll explore how to get out of an EMI trap, how to rebuild strong finances, and how to restart your investment journey. So if you are serious about regaining control of your money, this video is a must watch. So do you even know if you are in a debt trap? How can you know that? So to know that, let's first understand what exactly is a debt trap. A debt trap is when you have taken on so many loans that you are only able to pay the interest or make the minimum payment, while the actual loan amount never really comes down. And soon, taking another loan feels like the only option left. For instance, you take a loan, you start paying the EMIs, then you need some extra money, so you swipe your credit card. The credit card bill gets so high that you need a personal loan just to repay it. And the cycle continues, loan after loan, and then more loans just to repay old ones. Eventually, a big part of your income goes only towards EMIs. No savings, no financial growth. This is called a debt trap. Easy to fall into, but very hard to get out of, unless you have the right strategy and planning. Okay, so does it mean there's no way out? Well, the good thing is you can get out of a debt trap. As we mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are here to give you practical solutions. So if you are stuck in a debt trap, the first and most important step is this. Pause using your credit card for new purchases until you have paid off the dues. If you find it hard to control, consider deactivating it. Credit cards may be convenient, but they are also one of the biggest reasons people fall into debt traps. In fact, credit card debt is the most expensive form of credit in the market. Interest rates can go up to 50%, and there are often hidden charges that further inflate the bill. So if you have an outstanding credit card balance, your first priority should be to clear it. This is also known as Avalanche Strategy, a method recommended by most financial planners and debt counselors. Let's understand in detail how it works. So you start by paying off the loan with the highest interest rate first by allocating most of your financial resources to it, and then move on to the lower interest loans. Look at this case. Anil currently has 3 loans and 1 outstanding credit card bill. 40,000 due on his credit card, 2 lakh personal loan, 3 lakh education loan, 70,000 bike loan. Anil's monthly in-hand salary is 45,000 and his total EMIs, excluding the credit card, add up to around 15,100. Now, according to the Avalanche strategy, he needs to focus on paying off the outstanding credit card balance first because it carries the highest interest rate. After that, he should move on to personal loan, then education loan, and finally the bike loan. This approach aims to help clear debt faster and saves a significant amount in interest costs. So Anil decides to convert his credit card debt into 6-month EMI plan at an 18% interest rate. This brings his monthly payment for the credit card to around 7,021 rupees. Now during this period, he continues to pay just the minimum EMIs on his other loans. Once the credit card dues are cleared, he'll redirect that 7,000 towards aggressively repaying his personal loan. Then he'll move on to the education loan and finally the bike loan. This is one of the most practical and effective ways to deal with a debt trap. Next, let's look at a psychological approach, one that a Harvard study says is the most effective repayment strategy for many people. It's called the Snowball Method. Now in this method, you start by paying off your smallest loan first, regardless of its interest rate. Why? Because when you completely pay off even a small loan, you get a psychological boost. It creates a sense of progress and gives you the motivation to tackle the next one more confidently. For instance, Anil can first pay off his credit card debt in 6 months, then move on to the bike loan, and later prioritize the larger loans like personal loan and education loans. Now, compared to the Avalanche strategy, this method might take more time and cost more in interest, but it helps you stay motivated and consistent. As each loan account gets closed, you feel mentally relieved and managing the remaining loans becomes much easier. So by now we have learned two strategies to get out of a debt trap, Avalanche Strategy and Snowball Method. There's one more strategy that can help you manage and pay off multiple loans more easily. It's called debt consolidation. Let's look at another case scenario. Ramesh, who lives in Bangalore, recently bought a car worth 17 lakh rupees. He took a car loan of 10 lakh and paid the remaining amount as down payment from his bonus. Now listen to this carefully. Ramesh was already paying a home loan EMI, had an ongoing personal loan of 5 lakh and also had a credit card EMI of 60,000 which he used to buy an iPhone. So now look at your screen. Ramesh was juggling multiple loans with different interest rates and different EMI dates, increasing the financial complexity. That's when his financial advisor suggested a smart move, debt consolidation. He recommended that Ramesh take a top-up loan of 15 lakh on his existing home loan. With that amount, Ramesh could clear both his personal loan and car loan. And after that, he would have only one loan to focus on his home loan plus top-up combined. So what are the benefits of this approach? Lower interest cost. Home loans have lower interest rates compared to personal or car loans. Simplified EMIs. No need to track multiple due dates or juggle multiple payments. Easier repayment focus. You manage just one loan, which is much easier to plan around. Faster debt clearance. With better management, there is potential to pay off the loan sooner. So what's next? Next, let's talk about how you can rebuild your financial strength. It's not easy to change your spending habits overnight, but small, consistent changes over time can help you become financially disciplined and clear your loans faster. That's where the 1% rule becomes really useful. The idea is simple. You just have to reduce your expenses by 1% and increase your savings by 1% every month without fail. That's it. Let's say your monthly expenses are 20,000 rupees. In the first month, cut 200 rupees. Next month, cut 198. Then 196 in the third month, totally manageable, right? By following this approach, you could gradually save around 2,300 more in a year without any major lifestyle changes. There will come a point where you'll realize you can't cut your expenses any further, and that's when you will hit your true cost level, a lifestyle where you can live comfortably without unnecessary spending. These small consistent adjustments help you gradually eliminate wasteful expenses and over time reduce your dependency on loans. Well, but it's not just about cutting expenses. You also need to focus on increasing your savings. Even saving an extra 100, 200 every month matters. Once your expenses are under control and savings become consistent, your focus can finally shift to starting investments. And that becomes the turning point of your financial progress. If you want to make your SIPs more effective, don't miss this video. The link is in the description. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. If you found it helpful, do like and share it. See you in the next video soon.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.